Hello. Here at Arrowhead United Way, we are committed to building a stronger community together by focusing on our three building blocks: education, income, and health. Under education, we provide mentoring services to our youth, helping them to navigate the difficult waters of high school graduation, as well as helping them to understand exactly what it takes to move on to go to college. For education as well, we have our College Cruise program. With the College Cruise program, these young people get to go to local colleges, learn about the difficulties or the process for entering college through admissions and financial aid. We also teach them exactly what options they have for their career. One of our college cruises always focuses on STEM careers. And if you do not know, STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. So the goal is just to expose the young people to those careers as potential options for their future. We also have a school supply drive we do every summer for local elementary students. We collect several supplies from local businesses like yours that helps support the program and provide things such as pencils, markers, notebooks, and books. So thank you for those who participated in the past. Under the income building block, we have our PBS award-winning Community Champion program, Interview for Success. The Interview for Success program is a one-day workshop where young people get to come and learn how to prepare for an interview, write a resume, learn how to market themselves, and learn more about social media responsibility. This program is very important to us, and those who complete the program get to go shopping for business attire after. Also under our income building block, we have our basic needs program, the McLean Food Distribution. McLean often gives us food supplies that we are able to share with our local community, such as drinks, water, candy, and other things that can help with our local homeless shelter and food banks. Our third building block is health. Under health, we are able to provide medical supplies to our local partner agencies. These supplies are donated to us from Medline. We are very happy for this partnership, and with their help, we have been able to give thousands of dollars of medical supplies to local agencies who are in need of things such as wheelchairs, crutches, gloves, gauze, etc. Also under our health block, we have high school health fairs in which we teach young high school students how to live a healthier life, such as education on STDs, high blood pressure, how to eat properly, and exercise. We've also done healthy relationship forums at local high schools in which we host a conversation about how one should act in a relationship, signs of an unhealthy relationship, and when it's time to get out. We also provide additional services to the community, such as our support of 211. 211 is a phone number that anyone can call if they're in need of any type of social services, such as work the local food bank, the local shelter, if they need free legal aid. Anything they may need, you can call 211, and we help support that program through our donations. When you donate to Arrowhead United Way, your donations also help to support our local partner agencies. In this video, you will have the chance to hear from a few of our agencies, and they will tell you exactly how your funds and our support help to bring a stronger community together. Thank you.
Okay, so what does CASA do in general?
So CASA is an acronym. It stands for Court Appointed Special Advocates. And essentially what we do is we recruit, screen, and train volunteers from the community to be mentors and advocates for youth for foster youth and juvenile offenders who are in care. So all of our volunteers have to go through a fairly rigorous screening process, lots of like DOJ, FBI background checks. They go through 30 hours of training. At the end of all of that training, they're sworn in over at the juvenile dependency court in San Bernardino.
Mm-hmm.
They're sworn in, and then the real work really begins, where they come in and they are matched with a youth who is on our wait list, and then they are introduced to them and they spend some time with them. We ask that all of our volunteers make an 18-month commitment to the youth that they are going to be choosing, and that's just for consistency's sake, because I think our youth are so used to people coming in and out of their lives for whatever reason. So all of our volunteers must be able to make that commitment in order to participate. And all of that, and they're going out and they're mentoring and they're working with them, but it's all because at the end of the day, every 6 months, all of our youth have a court hearing over at the court, and that is really where our volunteer work kind of comes together, and it's the volunteer's responsibility to not only write a court report, but to also inform the court about how this youth is doing, but in a I guess layman's terms perspective, and not, you know, not very clinical, just this is who this kid is, and this is who, you know, I've been spending the last 6 months with, and really putting, I think, some humanizing who the youth really is.
What age is most common that's supported through this CASA?
So we can take any youth from 0 to 21, but I would say primarily we primarily work with teenagers, anywhere from 14 to 18. With the recent passage of AB 12, that now allows for the foster care system in California to be able to serve youth who are up to 21, and that passed in 2012. And so now we're starting to slowly see more older youth come through our program, and definitely we have been able to support them. But I would say the majority of kids that we serve right now are 14 to 18 years old.
What kinds of things are these kids getting in trouble for that lands them in a program like this?
It's not them getting in trouble, so it's kids who they've been the victim. Something has happened to them, you know, for some reason, they were brought into the system, either abuse, neglect. For whatever reason, the county has decided that, you know, they are not safe at the moment in their guardian's care, and so they bring them into foster care, into group homes, into foster
so it's
homes.
working with like CPS?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, CFS is our community partner, and so it's really helping them too, you know, giving these youth a mentor, but also giving CFS, you know, just another set of eyes and ears to kind of help.
So there's a 18-month commitment for the volunteers. How many hours do those volunteers spend with the kids on like a daily basis or a weekly basis?
So we ask that all of our volunteers commit to 10 to 15 hours a month. Not necessarily, it doesn't always have to be hands-on with the kids, because our volunteers do a lot of other things, talking with professionals on the case, visiting teachers at schools. So 10 to 15 hours total. But no two cases look alike. You know, sometimes you work with a teenager who they're really busy and they only got, you know, Tuesdays in the evenings to work with you, or you have a younger kid who's got a lot more time. And
so what kind of events do you put on for the kids and the volunteers? And
so we put on one small event every month. Those small meaning like game night, movie night, those kind of things. And then we have, I think, 3 or 4 major events that we do just as an organization, that are open to our youth, but also to the community.
So how many kids are in this program, and how many volunteers are there?
So at any given time, like if we're just talking about point in time, we probably right now are serving 120 kids with about 115 volunteers. The ratio is typically one-on-one, one volunteer to one youth, but every now and then if we get sibling groups, a volunteer will decide to take on both kids. But then in a year, I know in 2013 we served, I want to say, 300 youth in different capacities.
Okay, Ms. Melissa, I'll explain to you about Mary's Mercy Center Incorporated, Mary's Table, and Veronica's Home of Mercy. Here at the center, Mary's Table, we have quite a bit of programs. Our first one is the feeding program that takes place 6 days a week, Monday through Thursday, every Saturday and Sunday, except the first Sunday of the month, and no Fridays. And the reason we do start backwards because the need is way at the end of the month. We can start at the beginning of the month with about a little over 225 servings in one day, but by the end of the month it can go as high as 500 servings. You know, so then we have the showers for the homeless, which is the next most important thing. For the ladies, it's Mondays and Wednesdays, Tuesdays and Thursdays for the men, and they get a complete change of clothes from head to toe, hygiene kits and towel and everything that they need to help themselves to feel so refreshed. And in the morning we will feed them whatever we can, and we have usually sandwiches or some kind of morning coffee, you know, whatever it is that we have to share with them. On Wednesdays, every Wednesday of the month except the first Wednesday is where all the foods are coming in to replenish our emergency food room to give away on every Wednesday that comes up on the rest of the month. And we have 2 bags one especially for the homeless to contain everything that's so easy access for them, pop tops. So because they don't have access to a can opener or those kind of things, and especially perishable and keeping things in refrigerators. You know, we try to get everything that's able for them to use right there and then, or it'll last for a day or two. We have the cooking bag for the families, which consists of quite a bit of things. We do have perishable items, fruits and vegetables. We do have frozen items. Sometimes it's chicken, just frozen meals, cheese. It just depends what it is that comes in. Then we have another program called Mary's Children that I didn't get to show you. It has to do with infants, and it's usually diapers and formulas and whatever kind of items that we have for baby, for cribs, walkers, you name it, anything of that nature. We take a list, and God is good where we always it always ends up meeting together where we can fulfill it. We also have the clothes closet where they come in every Monday and they're able to pick items, especially clothes, 3 to 5 outfits depending for all age bracket. We also have things for pots and pans, sheets, blankets, pillows. It just depends what is it that we have and then they need. If we don't have it at the time, we'll take a list down and try to meet it as best we can. We also have those that just got blessed with a home and they need furniture, they need beds, they need refrigerators, they need washers, dryers. It just depends. And the same thing, we will take a list. Sometimes we have some. We have a few items right now. We're just waiting for that family that's in need. Washer and dryer, I think a couch, and a couple of nightstands. So right now we're just waiting for that, but we're really blessed to where we're able to help. We are an outreach too to help with anything to do with domestic violence or replacing them in rehab, anger management. We have several places that come. We have inland behavioral services that come to offer their help. We have, I believe it's wireless telephone emergency use depending on the low income. We have what you call Dignity Health Recovered California. They come to help with the applications. We have veterans. We have homeless teen housing. Veronica's Home of Mercy is our homes for unwed pregnant moms, alternative to abortion, domestic violence, and drug and alcohol abuse. We have 2 homes called 1 and 2, Veronica's Home. We have 3 out aftercare houses, which are called Casa Merceds, and they usually have an intense program that they have to work with themselves and their children. They can stay from 1 to 2, 3 years. It just depends how much help they need. Yes. We also have a program for the homeless pet owners. We work together and collaborate very good with Humane Society that bring us a donation, dog food, cat food, and every week we take care of the homeless pet owners first, because they're so good. When they see them, they give up their foods just to feed the dogs. So we work together where they come for the homeless bag for food for them, and the homeless pet owners are introduced to where we're at, and they can come every so many days to get a little bag of dog food to keep or cat food to keep their animals supplied with the food. At the last Thursday of the month, if we have an overflow still, we will help some of those on the less fortunate, but we like to keep it revolving so it could be fresh. Just like we would eat, we want our animals to eat. During the holidays, Thanksgiving, we're here, and we do give the full trimming of holiday serving with the family. We also have Christmas that we celebrate. On Thanksgiving, we will set up to give quite a bit of items away due to the fact that we've gotten so many things. We'll even have Christmas items, lights, bulbs, trees. It just depends that those that might not be able to afford to have that at their home. So we try our best to fulfill. This year we'll have a ton of slippers again. We'll have hygiene packets. We'll have whatever we can. Of course, the food bags that we're going to give, we're going to try to give the full trimmings. And if we're not able to receive any turkeys for that many that come, we all do whole chickens. So they're still receiving some kind of protein to us. That's important. Christmas. We have a sign up Christmas. We are a part of Spark of Love. We serve about 1,300 children that Saturday before Christmas. There is a sign up. There is them to come in and be able to sign up. We used to do first come, first serve, but it got to a point where it was too much to handle. So now we got it pretty much under control where it's going to have some peace.